Welcome back, guys, to another video. Today we're talking about twin flame challenges and all the difficult situations that you might go through as a twin flame couple.
Yes, so we have identified 9 different challenges based on what we ourselves have gone through on our twin flame journey, and also done some research on other twin flame relationship and what's some common challenges. Before we get into the video, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already.
Yep, turn on notifications as well.
So the first common challenge is chaos. So when you've met your twin flame, your life will never be the same again. It might feel like an emotional roller coaster. One moment you could feel high on life and on love, and another moment you're crying in the corner, thinking, why is life so cruel? It can be tough, but remember that this was planned before birth, and it's all in divine order, and all you gotta do is surrender, know that this is the divine plan, and it will all get better soon, and you will reunite with your dear divine mirror.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, so the second one is that you come from different countries. Now I know sometimes when people first realise they have a twin flame, and they suddenly realise that they live halfway across the world, that can be a challenge. You know, they can feel like, what am I going to do? Do I have to move house? Do I have to relocate? Whatever. That's not really a challenge. The reason that happens is so that you don't reunite before you're ready. So it's the universe basically making sure that you only reunite and, you know, come together when you're both ready.
Yes, and there was no problem with us. So we're from different countries. I'm from Sweden, Steph is from England. We met in Spain, and I think we never thought of it as a challenge even.
Oh no, definitely not.
Yeah.
But I do want to say it's slightly different for us because we are digital nomads. However, there will be ways around everything. Like there will be a way that you can come together regardless of where you come from.
Yeah, so don't worry about how you're going to get together or anything. You're going to reunite. Just trust the universe on this one. No problems there.
Yeah, the universe will bring you together. Definitely.
Yeah. The third challenge is a big age gap. This is very common in twin flame relationships. Especially it's common when the girl is older than the guy. And it can be 10 years older, even 10, 20 years older. That's not uncommon. And a worry that many of these twin flame women have is that we're in separation now, and I am getting old, and what if my twin flame will not find me attractive anymore? What if he just finds young girls somewhere else, and you get worried? But don't worry about this. You are the only person in the world with the same frequency as your twin flame. So you have the sexiest vibration of all them girls.
The sexiest vibration of all.
Oh yeah. So there's nothing you can do to appear non-sexy to your twin flame.
Alright, so number 4 is the runner-chaser stage. And I know that this has sort of negative connotations when you hear this in the twin flame community. You start thinking of all of the negative parts of that and how it's scary or it's confusing even. But that's not really, it's not a problem. It's designed like that to bring up insecurities and make sure that you work on yourself and that you only reunite when you're actually ready. So don't worry about that, and above all else, just surrender to it and let it happen. The more you try and sort of go out there and chase your twin flame and try and pursue them and sort of force the connection, the more they're going to back away. So you really need to just surrender, go back to working on yourself, and it will happen. I promise it will happen.
Yes, and we've actually made a whole course about this, on how you can speed up divine timing and reunite with your twin flame faster. Since you share the same chakra system, when you work on yourself, it affects your twins' chakra system too, and their energy and their vibration. So we can link to that in the description if you are interested.
Yes, it's a very effective course. I think you're going to love it. There's also a bunch of free bonuses, and really there's a huge amount of value in this course, so check it out in the description.
Challenge number 5 is feeling crazy. Yes, it's completely part of it to feel crazy. It can feel surreal, like a dream sometimes, and you might get zero support from friends and family, who might just think that you're being obsessive, you're being a stalker to this person who is not receiving your love and just running away from you. So it's very, very important to find your community. So that could be Facebook groups, meetup groups. We actually have a Facebook group for twin flames that you can check out.
All right, number 6 is obsessive thoughts, and this can happen for a number of reasons. Mainly because when you first meet your twin flame, you won't have really had a connection quite like this. So it can be very intense, it can be very overwhelming. You might start just completely obsessing about this person or the connection or even how you felt in order to try and like get back to that feeling and connect with them and ultimately reunite, I suppose. So don't worry about too much about that. Focus on like ultimately reuniting, but don't let that take priority over working on yourself, you know, stepping into your purpose, doing all of those things that we keep speaking about in every video.
Yes, obsessing over your twin flame is completely normal. After all, this is a person who comes from the same soul as you.
Yeah.
So you share the same energy field. You have been together in previous lifetimes. This is your spiritual permanent husband or wife. Like, of course, you're going to obsess over this person, but know that you are complete on your own. And that's when you have that energy, that's also how you can attract them into your life and attract harmonious union with your twin flame.
All right, so number 7 is purging, or sort of opening up old wounds and insecurities and things like this. This can happen at any random time. It could happen like as a result of something your twin flame says or does. It can be from a memory, or it can just randomly happen to you. And it can be very confusing, I suppose, because you don't know why you feel this way. And there can be sort of no logical explanation. For example, when we were in Spain, when we first met, she would get randomly annoyed for seemingly no reason, right? There was nothing I was doing, I don't think, and it was just a random sort of feeling coming up. Yeah, so this typically happens during the beginning stage, like when you first meet them. So don't worry too much about this. It's normal, it's to be expected. And don't fall into the trap of thinking that because you're feeling annoyed, even though you've only just met them, that it will always be like that.
Yeah, don't see it as a red flag for the relationship. Like, why am I always like annoyed and angry around this person? Don't see that as a red flag. So that could just be trapped emotions, fear, insecurities, trapped deep inside your body, coming up now to be released. So when you feel triggered by something your twin flame says or does, then really reflect like, oh, so why am I so triggered? Why did I get angry? Why did I get annoyed right now? Because probably there's something in you that just came up to be released.
All right, so number 8 is arguments. Every couple pretty much in the world has arguments at some point. Twin flame arguments, I guess, can be sometimes more intense, but at the same time, if you've reunited with your twin flame and you're both committed to your purpose and you know, and each other, obviously, it's a lot easier to deal with them in many ways because you're both on the same team. You're both trying to fix the problem and you're both trying to work towards that shared goal. So as long as you listen to each other really calmly and you communicate properly, it's a lot easier to deal with and a lot easier to fix than if you just let emotions take over and just sort of shout at them and, you know, whatever.
Yeah, don't react immediately, like start shouting and everything. Take some time to reflect and then very soon have a talk. That's how we felt has been the best to talk about it quite soon. So it won't build up in our minds that this is a big deal, that this can never be solved or anything. Because as soon as
I think just talking about it, like as soon as something happens or as soon as you feel a certain way, then it won't build up into a big issue. Because usually you can just fix it by talking about it, and within a few minutes, just from talking about it, it resolves itself. Whereas if you don't talk about it, then it can build into something big in your head, and then it's pointless. It's pointless stress.
Yeah, so. Just say, I feel like this when you say this, and then you share what you feel. And the last one, the 9th challenge, is bad timing. So timing issues. So it could be that one of the twin flames are awake, the other one is not. It could be that you are already in a relationship. You may both be in relationships, or your twin might be married with someone else and have kids with someone else. So it might not always seem like the best timing when you meet your twin flame, but know that this is normal and that you can overcome any challenges. So just be grateful that you met your twin flame and you're going to be in harmonious union. Just keep working on yourself, keep surrendering to what the universe throws at you, and it's all going to be good.
Leave a comment letting us know what you think, and we'll see you in the next video.
Yes, and have we missed any challenges? Let us know.